What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at these Hasbro Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures. So I don't know what they call these. They're just like the cheaper figures, and we already did wave 1 where we got the red, black, and yellow Rangers. So now we have wave 2 with the remaining Rangers. So we have the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger, Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, and Mighty Morphin White Ranger. So this finishes off our wave. So then we have all 6 Rangers, and then you can choose between the green version of Tommy or the white version, which I think is pretty cool that they just went ahead and released them all. So now we have the entire Mighty Morphin team. So these overall look pretty cool. So we have the box designs we've had before, almost like the VHS box designs that the Zords came in. So they have a little cut out the bottom to look like the VHS tape, but celebrating the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers there. So it looks pretty cool. And on the back it shows our little figure, all the accessories we're going to go with, and then a tiny bit of the story for him and stuff. So overall looks pretty cool, and that'll be the same for all the Rangers. So I'm pretty excited about these. They're just cheap figures. They don't have a whole lot of articulation stuff and relatively all similar, but I think they look pretty cool overall and love their accessories. So let me go and get them out of the packaging and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with the Blue Ranger, and body-wise it's going to be pretty much the same as the Red and Black Ranger we had from the first wave, but obviously just in blue this time for Billy, and overall looks pretty cool. It has, the blue spandex for Power Rangers with the white diamonds on the chest, and then the white gloves with blue diamonds and white boots with blue diamonds. Of course, the white belt around the waist with the Morphin on there, and the holster on the side, and the helmet, specialized helmet with the Triceratops design. So we have the 3 horns, the yellow eyes, of course the mouth there of the Triceratops for the visor, and then the Power Rangers silver mouth there, and overall looks pretty good helmet design wise. Looks pretty decent, and overall pretty good for the figure itself. But as usual, it's going to have less movement. So we get the head that can twist all the way around, and they're pretty stiff there, can twist around, and then just has very little rocking back and forth, so pretty much nothing. Shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around. Single elbow joint bends to 90 with rotation, so that's all the movement we get there. Then we go down to the hips that can come up to 90, and then out to the side to 90 as well because of the joints, so we can do the splits with them. Then you get the single knee joint that bends back and has rotation. So that's what I mean, very little movements for him. So you can't really do a whole lot of posing or anything for this. These are just figures, kind of get in as close as a pose to what you want and then just kind of stand them on a shelf. But I like the overall design, and they're just a little bit shorter than the Lightning collection, so just a little under 6 inches, but overall pretty good design. But the thing I like most about these was the accessories they come with, and all the main 5 Rangers come with Blade Blasters, so we get the Blade Blaster in the gun mode for him. So just like the classic white gun, very similar to the little 90s Power Rangers and stuff. So we have that we can take and stick into the holster there on his waist. And then for Billy, we got to have his power lance. So we have the lance here, again, all in white, but pretty good design wise. Even has like the power coin designs on there and stuff, and pretty good just overall design wise. So let's see if we can put this into his hand. So with the lance in the staff mode, I can get him in his hands like that to be able to dual wield this. So obviously not the best like pose wise, and I'm trying to get his feet arranged there so I actually stand up. So you can do that as well, but of course it does also come with a broken apart version of the lance. You can have one in each hand if you want, which would probably work out a little bit better. But for Billy, I always like having the staff form there. And of course, the coolest thing to me is they get the power coin as well. It's real cheap, like I said in the last video. So we just have this piece of plastic with Power Rangers on the back, and then it's just a holographic sticker on the front with their power coin design. So for a Triceratops for him. So again, I like that a lot. It's pretty cheap and stuff, but I still like the design and like that they come with it. So overall, pretty cool for the Blue Ranger here. Like I said, they have some issues getting him to stand. He keeps wanting to fall forward with the power lance in his hand, but still overall like the design. Like I said, cheap figures, but I still think they're pretty cool. And next up we have the Pink Ranger, and again she'll be much like the Yellow Ranger from that first wave, so I have the female body form, so a little bit skinnier joints and body design, has the skirting there on her waist, and overall looks pretty good with all the pink spandex, of course the white diamonds, white gloves with pink diamonds, and white boots with pink diamonds, belt around the waist with the holster. I love the white outline at the bottom of the skirting, and unfortunately it looks like her skirt's a little bit off, so it's like stuck on there. I think they like glued it in place or something, but it's a little bit off to the side, so the Morphin belt just needs to be twisted over a little bit more. And then we have the helmet with the pterodactyl design into it. So we have the head of the pterodactyl with the 2 eyes there coming down, and then it's what's supposed to be like the wings, folded around there and stuff. So overall looks pretty decent around the visor there, and overall pretty decent for the Pink Ranger. Just the belt's a little bit annoying, but movement wise the head will twist all the way around again, very little rocking back and forth. Shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around. Single elbow joints to 90 with rotation. The legs can lift up a little. Of course she has the skirting, so it's going to be hard to get the legs to lift any further than like 45 there. there, and then out to the side can do the splits, and then we get the single knee joint back to 90. Actually, hers is less than 90 and has the rotation in it. So pretty much the same, a little bit more restrictions, especially with the skirting and stuff, and then the thinner joints with the female. But accessory wise, she gets the blade blaster again, but this time she comes with it in the blade mode. So I think Trini did as well. So for the girls, they gave in the blade mode, but we just have it for that as well. And we can go and just stick it down into the holster there with the blade sticking out of the bottom. And of course, we get her main weapon of the power bow. So there we have the bow, which looks pretty cool. Of course, no painting, but again, really good details design wise, and it has the clip so we can form the power blaster at the end. So we'll have to try that as well. But let's go and put the bow into her hand. And with this, we can kind of get her posed up. Obviously, it's not perfect and can't really do the best posing with her, and doesn't have an arrow or anything, but you can kind of get her posed up again. It's just really hard to get her to stand because she keeps wanting to fall forward because of that bow in her hand now, but still cool to have the Pink Ranger there. And then again, we have her power coin with the pterodactyl design with the holographic pterodactyl, and of course Power Rangers on the back. And overall cool once again to get that power coin there for the Pink Rangers. So now we have the main 5 Rangers. So there's our main 5 of the Mighty Morphin team, and as I said, I think with the bow design and stuff, we can form the power blaster. So let's see if I can put it together. So with all the weapons out of their hands, we can start with the bow, and we gotta start with the power lance, and of course have it in the separated form. So we just gotta pop it on there on each side there on the like inside clip pieces. So pop them on there, and then take the power dagger and of course flip them around as well like this and clip them on the bottom. So it forms that there, and then we can take the power axe and try to sit it on. And I think we gotta slide it forward to be able to clamp onto the bow there and clamp it in. And if you slide this forward, it kind of clamps in place, and there is a little piece that kind of hooks in the bottom of the bow. There's always like a little square cut out, and it kind of fits in there together. I feel it should be able to go a little bit closer, but it's not going in. So there we have that piece, and then we of course take this sword and just lay it right on top. So you can put the power blaster all together, but it just does not stick very well together, of course, which isn't too surprising for the cheapness of the toys and stuff, but it is really cool that you can form it all together there at least. So that is pretty cool. So very awesome to now have all 5 Rangers and the power blaster to go along with it. So that is cool. But next up we have the Green Rangers. They're the first form of Tommy we have, and he looks pretty cool, of course, with the all green spandex design. I love how they added the white in there as well, and you can see sign of it. So it looks like they put the white diamonds on him. Of course, he's got the dragon shield on over the top in this gold color. Love the details and stuff, and how it has the little clips there in the back. Of course, have the bands on his arms and the gloves with the gold up top, and then some of the green triangles, belt around the waist with his morpher and holster, and the green pants continue down to the white boots with the green diamonds on there. Looks pretty cool. And then of course the helmet with the dragon design. So the eyes, a little jewel there in the center of the mouth, of course, coming around the visor piece and stuff, and all looks pretty decent there. Now, movement wise, it's going to be the same. So the head can twist around, can rock a very little back and forth. Shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around. Single elbow joint to 90 with rotation, and then the hips come up and out to the side, and knee bends back with rotation. So overall, this is probably one of my favorite ones, just because I think design wise they nailed it the best, and it looks pretty decent overall. So really like the design for this one. But then accessory wise, we get the dragon dagger. So we have the little dragon dagger design. Looks pretty cool. Very nice details. Once again, they put a lot of details in these so much. It'd be cool if they were just painted, but we can go and stick this down in the holster there for that. And then of course he also comes with the sword of darkness that we saw in the show and stuff. So pretty cool design. Again, very nice details all running through it. So we can stick this into his hand. So there, he's got the sword of darkness now. And then finally we have his power coin with the dragon design. So like foot design of the dragon, which looks pretty cool there, and Power Rangers on the back. So awesome for the Green Ranger. And like I said, just overall design wise, he's one of my favorites just because I think they did a really good job for him. And then our final Ranger is the White Ranger, which is usually my favorite version of Tommy. Like, I always prefer the White Ranger more than the green, but the figure-wise, I do not like this as much, mostly because of the shield, but it still looks pretty cool with the white tiger design. Of course, the White Ranger, all white spandex. I like how he's got the gold belt around the waist with this little logo there in the holster, the gold bands around his arms and at the top of his boots, and then he's got the shield. That looks overall decent, but just the way it functions, it's just kind of floating on him, and it's not connected there, so it just kind of flops around. It doesn't sit right on him, so that really annoys me. But it has the white tiger design on there, and then the white tiger helmet with, of course, the like tiger with the striped designs on the head, the eyes, and the little whiskers coming out of the side of the mouth. So I always love the helmet, and that's one reason why I like the White Ranger so much more. But it looks pretty cool. Just like this shield just annoys me so much. I wish it was clamped much like the green one was. But movement-wise, going to be exactly the same. So head twist around, rock back and forth, shoulders up 90, and rotate all the way around. You can see how much the shield gets out of the way. Elbow joint bends to 90 with rotation. Hips can come up and out to the side, and the single knee joint back with rotation. So it's just fine overall. Like I said, I like the White Ranger just in this form. I don't like it just because of the way they did the shield. But accessory wise, we get Saba Soy shield again once, with really nice details and designs all through it that we can take and slide into the holster here. So it is able to fit. You gotta kind of shove it in, but it will sit in there. But let's obviously just go and put this in his hand. So there is Saba in his hand there. And then of course comes with the power coin with the white tiger design on it there. Power Rangers on the back as usual. So pretty cool to have that power coin again, and nice to have the White Ranger. Like I said, I just wish the shield would work a little bit better. And with that, we can of course now have our two Tommies together of white or green that we can choose either one to go with our Rangers. But let's go and bring all of them in now. Well, there we have all of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now with our 5 main members, and then you can choose between the green or white Ranger, whichever version of the team you want. But all of them look pretty cool. Like I said, they're cheap figures, so you're not getting the best, with limited articulation. But I love the weapon designs. It'd be cool if they were all painted, but I love how much detail are in each one of them. So I don't know what they used to do that, but very good detail on all the weapons, and the Rangers look pretty decent themselves. Like I said, just cheap figures with limited articulation. So it's cool if you want to get a whole team of Rangers for a cheaper price than like the Lightning Collection and everything. This is a pretty good way to go. Like I said, not the best figures, but it still works out and gives you, the look of that team and stuff. So can't really complain too much on them. I love giving like those power coins and stuff as well with this. So that's one reason why I wanted them a lot. But overall, I'd have to say they're pretty good. Like I said, not the best, but they are pretty decent. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.